Welcome everyone to this bonus edition of Monday Match Analysis. I'm not done yet because I have a very important list to share with you guys. The French Open is only 6 days away and the draw has not been released. When the draw is released, that will be another video. But for now, we need to answer a very important question. Who are Nadal's biggest threats in Roland Garros? So I have compiled a list of 5 players who I believe are Rafa's biggest threats, and we'll start with number 5. It's Novak Djokovic, showing glimpses of his old self in Rome, showing top 10 tennis, high-level tennis. He's the last man to beat Rafa Nadal at the French Open. He did so in 2015, but he's only comes in at number 5 because he has no titles since Eastbourne last year. He has lost the last 2 meetings with Rafa Nadal, and obviously he is not the old Novak Djokovic. At number 2, it's a man who I said would be Nadal's number 1 threat this clay court season, but I've revised that one. Martin Del Potro comes in at number 4. We're not sure about his health. He pulled out with a groin injury. He pulled out of Rome, and that left him with a 2-2 clay court record this season. However, he does get to make the list despite that pedestrian average record, because going into this clay court season, he did look, behind Roger Federer, like the second best player in the world. He won Acapulco. He won Indian Wells. He made the semifinals of Miami. So Juan Martín Del Potro deserves that respect. He's a big-time player. When he gets it going in a high-pressure situation and he has those, all those competitive juices flowing, in a big match, we've seen Del Potro able to turn it up and play incredibly aggressive, hard-to-deal-with tennis. So Delpo at number 4. And at number 3, a player somewhat similar to Juan Martín Del Potro in Marin Cilic, not known for his clay court tennis, but it's time to start giving Cilic a bit of respect. He flies under the radar, but you look at the last 3 majors, Cilic has been in the finals of 2 of them. He has a major championship under his belt, and in Rome, Marin Cilic made his first ever Masters 1000 clay semifinals. So Cilic feeling pretty good at the red dirt, but he's one guy. It concerns me that the courts slow down a bit for the French Open, kind of like a similar speed of Monte Carlo, whereas Madrid and Rome are faster clay courts, which helps out Cilic. So Cilic comes in at number 3, but not a huge threat to beat Nadal. These next 2 guys are they're pretty close to each other, and they are significantly bigger threats to beat Nadal than the previous 3 guys. At number 2, Alexander Zverev. He has had such an impressive clay court season, an even more impressive clay court season than the guy who's going to come in at number 1 on this list. Alexander Zverev has had a very busy season, and not in one tournament has he lost before the semifinal, and he did capture that Madrid crown. So Zverev has been so sharp, so solid. Form similar to what we saw last year, where Zverev kind of introduced himself on a national stage here in the clay court season. So Zverev has been probably the second best player on tour, but he's not the number 1 threat to Nadal. You got to give that title to the only man who has beaten Nadal this year. Dominic Thiem has beaten Nadal 3 times on clay in his career. He's one of 3 players to have 3 wins over Nadal on clay, and he beat him this season in Madrid in a match where it seemed like Rafa Nadal honestly couldn't do much about Thiem's high level. Not saying Nadal can't beat Thiem at that level, not saying Nadal isn't a heavy favorite against Dominic Thiem, but you can't deny that when Thiem finds his A-plus game, it is the scariest A-plus game for Rafa Nadal on a slow clay court like Roland Garros. So let me know what you think. Put your lists in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. Get me to 1,000 subscribers, please. I'll see you next time.